Tammy from Nutmeg Notebook. Today I want to show you how to make oat groats in the 3-quart Instant Pot pressure cooker. So let's talk a little bit about oats first. So we do know that they're good for lowering LDL cholesterol, and that's really important for me because the reason I went on a whole food plant-based diet to begin with was because my cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, kept climbing, even though I thought I was, eating a low-fat, healthy, low cholesterol diet. So even though I'm on a whole food plant-based diet, my LDL cholesterol is really sensitive. My body's just a little cholesterol-making machine. So I try to include oats in my diet every day. So let's talk about oats. They come in a wide variety of ways at the market. So these are a thick cut oat. So this is an oat groat that has been steamed and rolled. These are a little bit thicker. So when we're choosing what to have in our diet, our choices can range from good, better to best. So this is a good choice to have. They still help you reduce your cholesterol. They're filling, they're tasty. Now these are steel cut oats. And this is the oat groat, but it has been chopped up into smaller pieces, so it will cook a little faster. It's chewier, has more texture than the rolled oats, and they're really delicious. And a lot of people enjoy these instead of the rolled oats. Then we have the oat groats. This is the hulled kernel of the oat grown. Groats include the cereal germ, the fiber-rich bran portion, as well as the endosperm. So you're getting the whole ball of wax in these. These do take longer to cook, which also means they take a longer time to digest when you eat them. So they're really filling. They kind of have a nice chewy texture, a little bit of a nutty taste. I really love them. I like to use them in a savory way instead of a sweet way. So I use them just like I would rice. So as a side dish or underneath a chili, a soup, or a stew, they're delicious. So it's super easy to make them in the Instant Pot. Now I buy these in the bulk bin at Whole Foods, and oats are naturally gluten-free and usually safe for people who have a gluten intolerance. Where you come into trouble is if you have celiac and need a completely gluten-free diet. Anytime that the oats are processed on equipment that is shared with gluten-containing grains, they could be cross-contaminated. So therefore, you would want to make sure that you buy any type of grain that is labeled gluten-free, because then it's only processed on equipment that's dedicated to gluten-free grains. Okay, so I have my oats here, and I have 2 cups of raw oat groats that I'm putting in there. And then I have 3 cups of boiling water. And we'll pour this in. And this helps when you start with hot water already. It helps shorten the cooking time because it goes to pressure faster because you're not starting with cold water that the pressure cooker has to heat up. And I learned how to do this from my friend Sharon McRae, because the first time that I cooked the oat groats, I cooked them according to what it said on the package, and it came out like this really mushy porridge, and it was terrible. I didn't like it at all. So see that steam coming up? Now we're just going to put the lid on. Now, if you don't have the 3-quart, you can certainly do this in your 6-quart. I did them in my 6-quart until I got my 3-quart, and it worked great. And so then we want to make sure that the little venting valve is pushed back for sealing. Then we're going to go down here. We're going to push pressure cook, and it's set for 5 minutes because that's what I made oat groats in this the last time. And so it keeps the time on there. That beep tells me that it knows what I want to do, and it's going to start building pressure. So what we're going to do is we're going to let it build pressure, and then we're going to let it come down naturally and let it sit for about 2 hours. And at that point, we can take the lid off, we'll fluff them with a fork, and you can get to see what they look like, and they're delicious. Okay, we'll see you in a few. So the oat groats are done. I've let them set for 2 hours after it came to pressure, and it did the timing. I had to move the pressure cooker, so it doesn't have the time registered on there right now. So we'll just take the lid off, and then I want to show you what this looks like. This is the Instant Pot little mitts that they make. I really like them. So let's just show you. We'll get up close so you can see how that looks. Can you see? Okay, and then I'm just going to just kind of fluff it a little bit with my fork. You see how the grains separate like rice. It's not mushy. I love it. It's so good. It has a really nice texture. You can use it like a peel-off if you want. So I'm just going to take a taste because it's so good. And I'm hungry. It's almost lunchtime. That's good, you guys. So they're chewy. They have a little bit of a nutty texture to them. A nutty flavor to them. They're so good. So let's put some in this dish. So what I'll do is I'll put them in a couple of glass dishes and put them in the fridge, and then I'll use these throughout the week. So I'll have them either as a side dish if I have a veggie burger or a plate of vegetables. I can steam some greens, put them with that. Once they get cool, I like to put them in my salads. I'll add, a half a cup or so as a grain for my salad. Sometimes I'll mix them with the wild rice in my salads. They're just so delicious. You can, wilt some greens, some sun-dried tomatoes, a little bit of onion and garlic, and make a savory pilaf with them. Of course, if you want them to be sweet, you can do that too, but I just prefer them in a savory way. So this is how you can make oat groats in the Instant Pot. Okay, so I'm going to bring these up closer to the camera so you can see what they look like. And they're so good. You guys are going to love them. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss any of my future videos. And check out my blog at www.nutmegnotebook.com for more recipes and healthy, whole food, plant-based living tips. So eat plants and live well. Bye-bye.